walking through the woods, looking around, up and down, all around, listening to sounds, smelling the smells. It's an interesting place. But I'd like to bring up the subject of perception. Things you see, things you hear, things you feel, whether nearby or far, things you taste. For example, you usually think you have 5 senses, and then people talk about ESP as being some other perception, and maybe it is. But I'm talking about perception more in general, that there may be other perceptions that haven't been enumerated upon neurons, upon flesh, other perceptions, and things that are all around you. And did you ever notice, for example, here, this one time used to be a tree. It used to point up. But as you walk by on the path, you just glance at it. You never think about, how did it get to be down? Was it a wind that tipped it over? Was it people? Was it something else? You might think, well, of course it's people. Look at it. It was cut off, straight-edged. Well, that only proves that the people cut off the tree at that point. It doesn't necessarily describe how the tree came to tip over and be uprooted out of the ground. That might have been something entirely different. And as you walk by, you smell smells. Is there anything that you can learn from the smells? The progression of smells. Do they tell you things? You touch the bark of the tree. You feel it. Does the tree know you're there? Does the tree sense you? Do you sense anything of the tree? It has residents. I knock. Do they come out? Nope, nobody's home. I think I'll move along before, if it turns out to be bees, I don't want to disturb them too much. And we're on our way. But I'm just saying, perceptions. There are maybe senses you have, and even sense organs you have, that no one has enumerated, no one has described, but it's all part of your existence. Feeds into your moods, feeds into your psyche, feeds into your intellect as you step into different places and wonder, where am I headed? Where is this going? No, it's not really silent. The wind is whispering through the trees. What is it telling us? It speaks. Pay attention. The trees have left leaves on the ground. You think there's so much like waste. They fell off the trees, and now we must step on them. Maybe they are a welcome mat. Maybe they are a palette. Maybe they are paper, and we can write with our feet by moving the leaves around and send our greetings to the forest. Say, hello, pleased to meet you. I'm having a grand old time. If you haven't noticed, even in the nooks and crannies, nearing the caves that are in this place, and looking at the moss that grows in abundance. Moss has a life too. This moss is saying it's almost winter time, time to go to sleep. The ferns appear. The fern's crying out of rocks. Hello, fern. We're all made of the same DNA stuff. We're all together in this. And once you realize that, then you become part of the nature, just as nature is part of nature, and enjoy every step on its welcome mat. That's all for now. More later.